Millennia is coming out tomorrow, and you probably think, which nation should you start with and what do you want to focus on? Well, here's the thing, that doesn't really exist in Millennia. This is not like Civilization where you are choosing a certain nation and then the nation is focusing on production, on money, on research. You know the whole deal, right? That doesn't exist in Millennia. Okay, so what is a nation doing then? Well, absolutely nothing. No, seriously, a nation is just, do you like the color? Do you like the symbol they're going with? And, well, do you like the nation? That's it. There is no bonus, there is no additional units to it. You are all making those decisions later on in the game. And at the beginning, when you choose your nation, there is nothing really you are choosing from. Well, that's not quite right, because there is a start bonus, as you can see here in the background, and that start bonus is really just that, right? It's something which is interesting in the first, I would say, 5 to 10 turns, and then afterwards you don't really care for, right? There is like an archer unit, or you get another warrior unit, or you get another scout unit, or you're now starting to have a little bit more of extra production in your capital regions. But really, after a few turns, it doesn't really matter, and it certainly doesn't matter for the rest of the game, which is really important because in Millennia, you are starting out at a random location and the city is already built, so you have to work with the resources and with the environment around you. And in a Civ game, that's a huge disaster sometimes, because you are ending up in a region which is totally not suitable for the nation you have chosen, and then it ends in restarting, restarting, and restarting till you finally get the position you want to be in, and it's more suitable for your nation. Again, in Millennia, that doesn't really happen because your nation is just cosmetics. It doesn't really do anything. And now, this is where Millennia differs quite a bit. What the game wants you to do is it wants you to utilize the first few rounds in the game to actually get acquainted to the surroundings. And then, when you are reaching the Bronze Age, which is the second era in the game, you can choose your first national spirit. This is how it looks. You can already see that there are multiple ages, like every 2 ages. Well, actually, yeah, every 2 ages, you choose a new national spirit, up to 8. And those national spirits are basically the perks you would normally choose for your nation. Let's just take a pretty easy example here. The ancient seafarers. You are starting in the middle of nowhere, they're just like plains and mountains around you, and there is no water body to be found. Would you choose the ancient seafarers? Probably not, right? Because there is no water. Why would you do that? But you realize, hey, wait a minute, there are a lot of mountains around me, like tons of them. Maybe I should go with, well, the mountain builders, who are focusing on engineering, which are focusing on production, but they are utilizing like hills, mountains, and really just the production of utilizing the surrounding areas, where the God King dynasty is also focusing on production, but they are also focusing more on buildings inside the city and, more importantly, on some of the world wonders. And the same goes for warfare. Let's say you're choosing warfare here, you can choose between the raiders or the warriors, and the warriors are more quality instead of quantity, while the raiders are more, well, quantity instead of quality, and so on and so forth. So there are always choices you can make depending on the surroundings. You can see here, by the way, this is for Age 4, which wasn't in the demo. And you can now choose on explorers, crusaders, khans, and so on and so forth, which is really important because this goes also with the domain you can see here on the left. And I don't really want to go too much into domains in today's videos because they are, well, quite complicated. But if you are deciding to focus on exploration, but you don't really have a way to get a lot of exploration points, that's not what you want to do. You really have to make sure that when you choose a national spirit, that you can actually also accumulate the points you need, like exploration points, because You need them to use special abilities you get with your domains, which you can see here on the left side. But also more importantly, and we can see that here with the raiders, you also need them to unlock the perks further down the tree. You are starting on the left side and then you are going up to the right, and you need multiple points. In this case, it is warfare points. How do you get them? Well, you can guess. You just have to murder things, right? And then you're accumulating those points. If you want to be in peace, you don't want to fight at all, then you will not really get those points, and you have basically wasted the choice, right? So it is very important in this game that you are aware of your surroundings, what the environment has to give you, and more importantly, what you have to react to. Like as I said, let's say you start in a really nice area with a lot of production, but you realize, oh damn, I'm surrounded by other players. This will end into bloodshed very quickly if I'm not focusing more on diplomacy. So I might want to actually not invest into production, but I want to invest into warfare. Or, as I said, maybe you want to go the diplomatic path and you want to focus on that more. So there is a lot of acting and reacting to your surroundings and figuring out what you are starting with before you make those decisions. And that's exactly what Millennia is doing. I like that very much. As I said, especially in the Civilization games, I too often had this whole thing of, well, this is totally not the area I wanted to start in. Let's restart. And after you do that 3 or 4 times, you are getting really annoyed by it. And I'm just liking this much more. With that said, we are at the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. As I said, the release of Millennia is tomorrow. Well, at least when I recorded this video. We will also have a live stream here on the Mole Under Management channel in the evening, and we will play it much more here on the YouTube channel. There will also be more videos in the next few weeks where I'm going a little bit into detail on some of the features now that I have actually access to the full version of the game. So if you were interested in that, make sure to like the video and also subscribe if you haven't yet, and if you like strategy games. With that said, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.